Hey everyone, this is Jack G. Welcome back to talking about some of my hobbies. This hobby is about emergency preparedness. This is episode 2 in a 3-part series. If you haven't seen the first one, maybe take a look at that. It's about a go bag system, and I call it a system because things complement other things, like the things that I wear on me complement my go bag, or I could probably survive with the things that I'm wearing on my person without the go bag, but obviously the go bag adds a lot of value, and each part of the system adds more value onto another system for the things that are on my person. This go bag, which is 4 pounds, adds more value, more comfort for a longer period of time for survival, as well as like the third go bag in my series, which adds more weight or something you might throw in your car, or have someone else carry, extends the number of people that can be taken care of, as well as duration of kind of survival. So this bag is about my kind of either staying in place or roughly 7 days of walking. That's why I try to keep it about 4 pounds. As we talked about in the last video, 4 pounds is equal to about a half a gallon of water. A gallon of water is about 8.2, 8.3, something like that, pounds. And if you have a half a gallon of water, like in a water bladder or something like that, or a canteen, which we'll see in here, that's going to add another 4 pounds, 4 pounds, and then this 4 pound bag becomes 8 pounds. And so you generally don't carry a lot of water. You try to get it as you go, and we'll see how you handle that with filtering water. So I'm going to move this out of the way, but just as kind of a guide of weight, 4 pounds is about a half gallon of water. This is an ultralight bug out bag, go bag. First thing I would say is, you don't necessarily need to or should necessarily have to go and bug out if you can stay in place with and shelter. And as I say, when there's an emergency like an earthquake or something, run all your water, fill your bathtubs, etc., so you have as much water as you can, and then you can filter it. So let's open up this bag. I'd love to get your feedback. I mean, these are things that I've collected over time. Weight is critical for me, which you'll see. I have a bad back, and as I always say, grams become ounces, ounces become pounds, pounds become pain. And you're going to add things, as far as like food and water and things to your bag probably as you go. So try to keep it as light as possible, because you're going to continue to add weight to it. So let's go ahead and see what we have in here. All of the items in here, most all of them were purchased on Amazon. I left links. I provide the weight, the description, and a link. Please use my links, because it'll help give me referrals to purchasing these items, and the price of all the items. And I did a lot of research to try to figure out like what's the least expensive, rated well, but highest value, etc. So I save you a lot of legwork. Okay, so let's start with this. A lot of people have like air mattresses and stuff like that. Arguably, you could live without one. I have a bad back. The thing that I like about this, hopefully you can see this. Let's see, I'll read it to you if you can't see it very well. So this is a closed cell foam. See if you can see that. Yeah, pretty thin. Super lightweight. I mean, it's like paper. It actually weighs, what does it weigh? It weighs 5.6 ounces. 5.6 ounces. A cup of coffee weighs 8 ounces. This weighs much less than that. So super lightweight. It's going to add some comfort. It provides moisture and thermal protection as well. It has water resistance. It just kind of unties and you roll it out. It's big enough for one person. Let's see. It's protects from the cold, which is another good reason you want to have something between you and the ground. It's waterproof. It's highly weather resistant. It costs $30. I like it better than air mattresses because those weigh more. You have to blow them up and they might pop. This can't pop. So this is awesome. It protects you from heat and chemicals and oils as well. It measures 5'8", which is perfect for me. And it is about 1.6 feet wide. It's $29.99 on Amazon last I checked. So that's that. This is great. It'll make your life a lot more comfortable. So I'll kind of put that over here a little bit, probably a little bit out of frame, I imagine, but I don't think we're going to fit everything in here. So I'm just going to kind of go through everything and see what's in the bag. Okay, this is SOL Escape Bib. Instead of carrying a sleeping bag, it is super compact, super light. Let's see, it is 8.5 ounces, so about as much as a cup of coffee. And it's waterproof. It is 70% heat reflective, so it's not, you don't want to have, you know, those all metallic things on you, because you won't, your body needs the ability to get rid of heat as well. So this is awesome. There's been some great reviews. I think a guy took this up in like the Himalayas, or I don't know, something on the lower peaks of some mountain, and survived in this thing for like weeks. So I love this. This is basically your sleeping bag. You know, you can get in it and keep warm, or, you know, lay in it like a sleeping bag on your camping mat. You saw in my first episode on this series, the hammock tarp. So between the hammock tarp and this and the camping mat, you're going to be pretty darn comfortable and warm and dry. So those are critical things to survive. Okay, so 2 things there. I'm just going to keep emptying this bag. It's been so long since I looked in this bag. I'm not even sure what's in here, but you're gonna be pretty amazed of how much is in here. This bag, let's talk about this for a second. This is a G4Free bag. It is super lightweight, folds up into a really tiny thing. It is 14 ounces, but I removed some things on it too, just because I thought they're extra. You know, I didn't really need a lot of these kinds of things. So I reduced weight like by the grams. So this is probably less than 14 ounces, the bag. It was only $17. It's fairly water resistant, doesn't tear very easily. It has, you know, shoulder straps, has a little whistle, has the thing that you can put over your chest, which is important to keep the weight distributed well. It also has for the water, for your water bladder, you can put a straw here and drink it. I don't have a water bladder in here right now because I'm reducing weight as well. It comes with this, which is pretty cool. Oh no, this is sorry, wrong one. Something like this that covers the back of this, that is water proof, to keep water off of here as well. So, and I tend to keep things in the outside pocket that if they leak or whatever, then I won't have issues with it. So let's just go maybe on the outside pocket all the way in. So let's see what's in the bag. Okay, so what's in the bag? Okay, toothbrush. I love these. It is a bamboo toothbrush. Just to save weight, I literally cut off part of it. It's charcoal, so I don't need toothpaste. This will last forever. And in the end, I can sharpen this up, use it as a steak or whatever, and burn it if I want. Multiple purposes. Some dental floss, because, hey, I'm older and dental floss is important to have. All right, that weighs very little. A toothpick apparently got in there. What else? So not much in the front. Oh, I know, I removed a couple things from here, which, as we're going through here, reminds me, you should do everything you can not to ever take things out of your bag. It should be left alone. Don't use it, take things out, because then you forget to replace them. But check it every now and then to, you know, for expired things and stuff like that. I go through this bag every now and then. I refine it. I think about it. I come up with new things. Here's the thing I was mentioning, which is the bag. I love this because I can put it over this backpack there's other stuff in here as well. I put it over the backpack, so it's very big. It has nice, you know, elastic things, right? To keep things dry. And you can use this as well to put over your head if you need to in a pinch. Very super lightweight, waterproof. You could even spray it with some more waterproofing if you want, but comes with the bag, super cool. Let's put that over there. So this was inside. I try to wrap things up so they stay protected. What's inside? Okay, this is a must-have. This is a headlamp. Oops, sorry. It's adjustable, which I really like. So it points down when you're walking. It also has a motion sensor, so you can turn it on if your hands are like busy, or you're, I don't know, cleaning an animal or who knows what. You have stuff in your hands and you don't want to touch your light to turn on. You just go like this and it turns on. It has a number of settings and lights and things like that. You can find these. They're super lightweight. You put it on your forehead for hiking, things like that. It's a must-have. What I want to say about this, along with all the things that you'll see in here, is this is a USB chargeable. I don't like carrying around batteries. They tend to go bad, and then you get that horrible acid stuff. And you'll see why. I go with USB or micro USB. You know, you might have your phone on you. It may or may not work. That's USB. So everything I try to do is USB, including, I don't have it here with me, but you know my keychain with my little flashlight. It's micro USB. So everything's USB, and you'll see why that's important. So anyway, headlamp, must have, super lightweight. I'll put a link. I don't have a shamagi in here. I have it in the bigger bag. Shamags are great. Believe it or not, it's too heavy for me. This is I grabbed this bag. I'm gonna be as light as possible. This is an awesome with knots, because I have the worst memory and I can never remember how to tie critical knots. So this is amazing. I love this. It's a bandana. It's white. I wanted white instead of black because of the heat, because we live in a hot, sunny area. And it's multiple purposes, as I like for many things. It's cotton. I can use it as a filter for particulates. And it has my knots, because I'm terrible at remembering knots, and knots are so important when you're out there trying to survive, right? And as you know, with my my bracelet that I'd be wearing, you know, I have tons of paracord, and I can tie things, and you know, for survival purposes and stuff like that, which is in my first video. Okay, so there's that. Is better than a shamag in a pinch for lightweight, in my opinion. All right, what else? What else? Oh, here. You know what? Let's go to this first. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in there. Okay, so I don't know how we're gonna fit all this in frame. I'm sure we aren't. Sorry, I just bumped the camera. I have a lot of these big bags. I like them because you can use them for water, dirty water. Drink out of them with your life straw. So put a lot of stuff in water. Also keeps, you know, things dry, obviously, right? So. These are no cut, no cry gloves. Maybe you have to do some repelling or something. You don't necessarily need leather gloves, in my opinion. These are great. They're also safe for with food and things like that. Can't remember the name of them now. In here this is awesome. So this is gloves, obviously, must have. This is my solar, and there's a battery in here as well. Okay, and you can hang this on your back when you're hiking, and it charges, right? It's dual USB, so you can charge your phone, charge your headlamp, and so on and so forth, right? I like it because these lights tell me that it's actually charging and how fully charged it is. It has a flashlight too, which is great because you need more. 2 lights at least, right? Plus the flashlight in my pocket. 3 is 2, 2 is 1. If you lose 1, you have none. So always multiple redundancy. You know, reasonable compass there, but I have one as well that I wear around my neck. So this solar charger is a must-have. It's waterproof. Everything I try to get is waterproof, not just because maybe the rain, but also if it's waterproof, it's pretty dust-proof and it'll last longer. Okay, so this is my small solar charger that I can charge all of the things that are USB. So must have, my opinion. Fairly lightweight. I'm gonna run out of time if I don't empty all this stuff, so this will all be listed. All this is under 4 pounds, by the way. So let's take this out. I'm gonna empty this, but this is gonna be a lot of stuff, so let's just keep going in this bag for now. Okay, so what do we have in here? So we have first aid kit, just a small kit. The bigger bag that I have is a much bigger kit for emergency, etc. Some Q-tips, because you can use those for all kinds of things. What else is in here? I tend to pack a lot of things and a lot of things. This is my CBD Crystals. This has saved my life. I live with chronic back pain. I couldn't live without this. This is there's no THC in this. It's from hemp, so it's not, it's not pot. You're not going to get high off of this, but it takes away the pain just enough, and especially if I'm out in the middle of nowhere, there's no doctors, and I live on this stuff. You just take a tiniest bit. I could talk about this forever. So this is CBD crystals for pain. This is my first aid kit. I just put this together myself, even though it says it has all these things in it. I added a few things in here, got a few things, added some alcohol wipes. So, your typical, right? That's all you really need. Level 1, maybe level 2-ish for like 7-day plus, bug out kit. Okay. All right. So, a cork, because I can use this as a bobber for fishing, right? And speaking of that, and it's super lightweight. Thread, needle. This is Kevlar, which you need to sew boots and stuff like that. Very lightweight thread, Kevlar thread, plus regular thread, and a pinch. You could sew yourself up, do your own stitches if you had to. So there's that. And the Kevlar, which is important to sew your boots or something like that. These are, let's get this out of it. Well, hopefully you can see that. That's too reflective. Let me take it out of the bag. So these are heavy duty needles, right? Curved needle as well, so that you can sew things up like boots and coats, and so they're upholstery needles, right? Carpet needles, stuff like that. Must have, lightweight. They're curved, which is important. You don't want the straight ones for certain things. People always forget about these. And you could sew people up with this. And then this is super cool. Very lightweight. You see there's some hooks, right? A little saw blade, a little spear point for spearing frogs, etc. And hooks for fishing. So this and my little bobber, more toothpicks because, I'm a toothpick guy. And, paracord has the fishing line in it. Boom. Okay, the Sawyer water filter. Okay, so fill this up with water, right? So your dirty water goes in here, okay, right? And then this fits on here, okay? Fits on here, right? And then you squeeze this out. The reason you need this, in addition to, where's my life straw? Here it is. This will be around my neck, my life straw. The life straw is great if you're drinking dirty water out of the straw, but you can't spit it into, something you're going to cook with or fill up pots with it, or you're making coffee or something. So you need this filter, the Sawyer filter, to squeeze the water out and pour it into a pot or a pan to cook with, right? So it's filtered. This is awesome because it has a reverse flush. So you just literally put it on backwards and flush out when you have clean water to clean out the filter. Super lightweight. Plus you have this. By the way, this came with other stuff, but I'm going as light as possible. So I took some of the pieces out of this that this came with. It came with a kit rather than just this small thing that I like. It's better than the micro as well, which I'll send links to. I'll talk about this a little bit more, but I took pieces out of this and put it in my other bigger kit, but this reduces weight. Okay, so there's your water filter system, plus the life straw that's around my neck, so redundancy of that. These, of course, I can use this for dirty water as well, right? These are amazing, super cool. I'll probably take them out of this container because it's a little heavy, but these are 10 compressed porta wipes. Something you don't think about. So they're about this big, but you add just a couple drops of water and they become this big for washing your hands and, wiping down below, which you need. Unless you want to use, some leaves and, you don't want to get a rash. So I bought this that comes in a pack of 50. I keep 10 in my go bag and I keep the other 40 in our bigger bag. Here you go. See, add a couple drops of water. It just grows, gets bigger, and you can keep reusing this thing. It's pretty durable. So you can use this on your hands like over and over and over again. It's biodegradable, hyperallergenic, all that stuff. So this is one of the greatest inventions known to man, in my opinion, and good for toiletry, obviously. Okay, so I think there's even more in here. So we got all that out of there. In the back here, oh yeah, let's probably get something in here maybe. Nope. Oh yeah, I don't like that because it's near my back. I don't like something on my back. In here is some food. I'm not going to take it out. Actually, you know what? Let me take it out. Okay. So I think most everything's out of there. A few other things. Okay. As you saw, there's other stuff I just put in my pocket, like, you know, tuna and stuff like that. This is like a 2-pack, you know, 14 grams of protein, 420 calories, basically 2 meals. I bought this as well because it's gluten-free and vegan, and, you know, most of my family is. And it lasts forever. You know, it'll last till July 22nd, 24. 24th of July, 222. And the nice thing about this is you just add hot water into the pack and you can eat out of the pack, which is super convenient. Okay. Costs a little bit, but you know what? Having at least, you know, a pack for this plus what's in my pocket, I can go 7 days with food between this and what I have in my pocket that I showed in episode 1. All right, so that's not all, if you can imagine. In this little bag, 4 pounds. So let's talk about this. This titanium cookware, I bought it. Comes in a set of 3. I only have 1. I put the other 2 in my bigger heavy bag, but this is something that you can cook in. Most people think just your canteen is good enough to cook in. I don't like that because I use this for water. I put the clean water in here, and I can boil in this. It's titanium. I like it better than the stainless steel. Stainless steel is too heavy for me. It has this patented lid, which we'll see in a minute. And you can put this and you can boil water in this. And I make coffee in this as well. And heat up water. You can heat up water in this. You need a pot, I think, for cooking or heating up water or for coffee, while you have this that just holds water. So I think you need 2. It's titanium, super lightweight. It's a little pot, plus you don't burn your hands, right? And you'll see how that works. In fact, you know what? Let's talk about that. This is one of the coolest things ever. So this is my wood stove. I'm going to do a review on this at some point. But basically, this goes together. I'll put it together a little bit in a little bit. Probably running out of time in this. So I'll do a full review on this. But imagine, right? There you go. It's a wood stove. You just put a piece of wood in there. So I love, not like that. I mean, you have to put it together, obviously. But I love this as a wood stove because most things you will see will have like a, people will bring, you know, you have to bring something that burns, some fire starter kind of thing and stuff like that, right? I don't like that, actually, because carrying fuel is just one more thing to carry. Generally, out in the woods, you're going to have, you know, I'm just going to put this aside for now. But anyway, this titanium, it's lightweight, and it's kind of like a wood stove, like the wind comes up from below. I'm going to do a full review on this, so I'm not going to go into details on this. But you don't have to carry fuel. You can always find a little bit of wood anywhere. Including, you know, around your house if you had to, which we talked about already. You don't want to burn treated wood, but I have other things for wood. It fits in there. Okay, so here's our water bottle. But wait, there's more. What is in here? So it has this, which is nice. You can take it out as well. You're going to boil water. You can also use this to, it's hot, but anyway. What's in here? Well, the most important thing that's in here is coffee, right? So you need a treat. Coffee is my treat. I like it better than chocolate, and I have to have some in the morning, otherwise you don't want to talk to me. So how do I make coffee? Well, I've got some cool stuff to show you. Titanium spoon with built-in fork, hyper lightweight. more dental floss. You can use this for all kinds of stuff. In fact, there's some guys did a video. There's like 1,000 uses for dental floss. These are can openers. They're super lightweight. They used to drop them from the airplane in World War II. You can use it to open cans. So in case I break mine on my multi-tool, I have this as well to open cans. A little fire starter and a diamond edge thing so I can do some field sharpening in a pinch. Some stuff in here, which is some foil. You can always use foil. In here, I think I have some, I have some waterproof, windproof matches as well, I believe, in there. And this is super cool. I'm not going to take these out, but this are my coffee filters, but it's really cool because they kind of fold out and go over the top of this, and they kind of clip on here, and then it holds below. So your hot water you just put the coffee or tea in here, and then you just put the bag on top. And then when you're done, you can dry it out and use the bag or use it more than one time. These are super lightweight. I just put a handful of these in here. So for coffee or tea, this is the coolest thing ever. I will leave links to that. And the reason all this stuff is in here is because it's waterproof, right? So here is a USB chargeable light, right? LED, which is great. So I have another light and a lighter. And this is a super cool lighter. It's there's no fuel. It's just a battery, and it's windproof, waterproof. You can put it in water, and this will light anything. So even with all this fire starter stuff that I have, this is all I really need. And I could drop this in the water, put this on my neck, have another flashlight, more redundancy on flashlights, and then also the lighter, which is great just for instant fire. Then we have an Altoid tin. Why? Well, I would take this, actually, maybe I'll take it out of here. So there's a couple things in here. I don't want to take it out. So there's, so I have cotton balls that I put Vaseline on, so you can tear them apart. They can take a spark and they'll just burn, like, because it's petroleum jelly, right? So it's a great way to start a fire quickly. And also in here, I have some cotton pieces I cut from jeans. And what you do is you take this stuff out, you put a couple, one or two of the cotton things in here, and you take your Altoid tin. There's a bunch of stuff on the internet about this. You take your Altoid tin, you just put it like on the fire. Once the smoke kind of comes out and it's done smoking, you open it up, and that cotton, cut cotton, turns into what's called char cloth, and you can just put a spark on it and it kind of just like glows, kind of like a wick, like in those old hurricane lanterns. So you can make your own char cloth, so with cotton. It's another great way to start a fire. So this is basically my fire starting kit, and there's some matches in here as well, fireproof and waterproof matches. All right, so that was long way to get through all of the things, and so I don't think I can get all this in frame, but basically we have heat, we have water filtration, we have food, we have safety, and we have emergency gear, all here in this space. This is all 4 pounds and fairly inexpensive. And this is everything you possibly need to just grab it and go, and you could survive on woods for a very long period of time, and it's super lightweight. And you could add water and a few other things to it, and it's still much less weight. If you look on like Amazon, search for go bags, etc., they can run anywhere from like 8 to 21 pounds. That's just too much. So this is episode 2. This is my 4-pound go bag, get out of town bag that is inexpensive, and it is comprehensive and complete in a holistic way with my other emergency bags and systems.